In Lisbon in 2002, Sporting were crowned champions of Portugal, a triumph that the Sporting fans are familiar with, having won 17 titles prior. What they wouldn't know, however, was what the next 18 years would bring. Fan protests, financial difficulties, and 0 league titles. The club was in crisis, with little hope of success. However, Sporting's fortunes changed at the start of 2020 with the appointment of Ruben Amorim, who won Sporting their first league title in 19 years. But who is he? And can he turn Manchester United's fortunes around as he did for Sporting Lisbon? Amorim ended his playing career having spent most his time playing in Portugal for Benfica, as well as making several appearances for the national team. His career was, however, hampered by injuries. So, at the age of 32, Amorim retired, and 1 year later he was back. But this time he took on management. He started his coaching career at Casa Pia, but due to inadequate coaching badges, his side were fined and threatened with a points deduction. Amorim resigned and was handed a 12-month suspension, which was eventually lifted. This didn't stop him, however, as soon after he joined Braga as the B-team head coach, and after impressing there, he was managing the first team just 3 months later. He took charge of Braga in December 2019, and just like his time with the B-team, it would last just a short period. He managed Braga for just 13 games. Those games included a double over Sporting, a league win, and cup final win against Porto, and an away win against Benfica for the first time in 65 years. 5 wins from 5 of the most difficult fixtures in Portuguese football. This short period caught the eye of Sporting Lisbon, who saw Amorim as a footballing prodigy that was too good to miss out on. So, despite Sporting's financial problems and Amorim's links to rivals Benfica, Sporting agreed to pay the €10 million release clause to Braga, the biggest fee for a manager in Portuguese history and the 3rd highest in European history. This gamble would come in for Sporting, however, as Amorim would see Sporting win 2 League Cups, a Portuguese Super Cup, as well as 2 league titles, the 2021 title being Sporting's first league title in 19 years. As a person, Amorim has been described as thorough and accurate, as well as paying close attention to detail. This is what helps him get his point across to the players. But what makes him unique is his willingness to adapt and evolve. A source close with ESPN highlighted how likable and easy to get along with Amorim is. I think the thing that impresses me the most about Ruben is that he's genuine. There's nothing fake about him, and everyone can feel that. Players, other coaches, or the average person. He's not big-headed or boastful in any way, just a nice person. And people trust him because of that. Desirable characteristics for any manager, as is his commitment to developing young players. During his first season, Amorim utilised the young players that were already amongst the ranks at Sporting: Nuno Mendes, Matheus Nunes and Eduardo Quaresma. And then after his first transfer window, he bolstered the squad with Pedro Goncalves, Goncalo Inácio as well as Pedro Porro on loan from Manchester City. João Palhinha, who was out on loan, also returned from Braga this summer. Of course, even with these players, the squad was not at the level of Benfica or Porto, but Amorim knew how to get the best out of them. Amorim opted for a 3-4-3. He wants his team to keep a hold of possession with short passes, aggressive pressing, and a high defensive line. This style of football allowed Sporting to score a high number of goals whilst also being defensively sound at the back. Amorim also excels in identifying areas in need of improvement in the squad. During the 22-23 season, Sporting scored 71 league goals, a respectable amount, but Amorim knew he needed to increase this number if he wanted to win the league again. So, in the summer, Amorim signed Victor Gyökeres to increase the team's production of goals. After the signing of Gyökeres, Sporting would go on to win the league, scoring 96 league goals, an increase of over 32% from the previous year. With Amorim's move to Manchester United in November 2024, he's tasked with saving another club in desperate need of revival. How he will fare, only time can tell.